Hey friends, it's Laura. I've got a new December daily video for you today, and I'm really excited to finally be sharing this. I've gotten really sick the last couple of weeks, and I couldn't talk for a while. My voice is still kind of going in and out, but I'm finally well enough to do voiceovers again, I think. So today I'm sharing the setup of my 2018 December Daily Traveler's Notebook. And this is a whole series. I've already shown how you can make these DIY Traveler's Notebook covers, how you can make those cute little Christmas keychains I have dangling off the spine of mine, and how you can make these really cute inserts that I have in there. And now I am wrapping my first insert in my Traveler's Notebook with some of these plastic sleeve dashboard holders. And if you want to know how to make those, I have a video on my channel from last year's December Daily where I shared how to make those. So I will link that down below if you want to check that out. It's super easy. It just requires some Project Life page protectors or scrapbooking page protectors and your fuse tool. So super simple, super easy. Supplies most of us already have on hand if you do a lot of memory keeping stuff. And now I cut down a photograph of my guy and I to put into one of those clear dashboards. And now I'm going to put some sequins from my December Wild Hare kits up in the front dashboard that I have there. And most of the supplies that I will be using in this video are from my December Wild Hare kits. So I pour that sequin mix that I have into my little dashboard there, and then I grab out some other sequins from my stash because I felt like it needed a little bit more color. And you'll see a really cool technique that I use while trying to make these sequin dashboard shakers, and that is that I don't put anything inside of the sleeve until I'm sure I want to add it. Here you can see me adding some green sequins to the top of the plastic dashboard, and they're not mixing in with my sequins that are inside the dashboard because I'm not totally sure if I want them in there yet. And then once I've made a decision that yes, they look good with the mix and they don't distract or like make it look less good, then I will add them into the dashboard. But I always lay things on top first. That way, if I don't end up liking something, it's not really hard to take it out or not include it. So you can see that I ended up not including any gold or any of the cute little dark green Christmas tree sequins that I had originally thought maybe I would. I ended up putting them back into their cases. And now I have a really pretty mix of that sequin mix that came exclusive with my Wild Hare kits and some couple of sequins from my stash that I added to it. And I added a couple of stickers from that Merry Days sticker sheet over there. That was from my Wild Hare kits. And now I am adding this really cute vellum pocket there. It's really adorable. That's from Felicity Jane this year. I picked it up at their recent sale. It wasn't actually on sale, but it's one of the items I picked up from her Christmas collection this year. And it's super beautiful. That Christmas tree is like a velvety felt embossing on top of the vellum pocket. It's really cute. So I thought that would be fun to hold some cute ephemera and stuff up in the front of my album. If you haven't watched any of my previous December daily videos in a traveler's notebook, this is the third year that I've done them in a traveler's notebook. And I almost always start my albums off this way with a full page photograph and a sequin shaker page up at the very beginning. So that was kind of what I went off with when I was deciding how to set this up, because I actually really liked the first insert and I wasn't sure I wanted to cover it up with the photograph and the sequin shaker page. I kind of maybe wanted that really pretty gold animal print to be the first thing you see when they open the album, but then for consistency's sake and to make it easier, because when I was sick, I was having a lot of problems like making design choices. So I just went with what I've always done, and kind of for consistency's sake and to keep it really simple, I just put the full page photo and the sequin shaker page up front, and that's totally fine. The great thing about the system is you can move anything around, and if I decide I want to put them somewhere else in my traveler's notebook halfway through the project or at the end of the project, I can totally move around any of these dashboards or any of these shaker pages or inserts. So here you can see I cut down a piece of vellum, and I'm going to make a really cute custom dashboard out of vellum. And previous to this, I was using my 6x8 Merry Days paper pad, and I cut one of the gold foil fa la la pages out of that and used that for one of my dashboards. Super cute. And that was from my Wild Hare kits. Again, most of the stuff I'm using in this video is. And I am going to try gold embossing on vellum. I have never done this before, but it looks gorgeous. And I'm so glad I tried it because I ended up really loving it. So I already cut down my dashboard from the vellum and wrapped it around my insert. And now I'm taking one of the scraps left over from when I cut that down and trying to gold emboss on it to see how it works. So I sketched out I love you in pencil, and then I layered another small vellum piece on top of that so it could be a guide mark on where to use my embossing marker. And now I'm covering it up with the gold embossing powder, and I'm going to heat emboss it. And it did really good. It didn't warp the vellum at all like it tends to warp some of my cardstocks. So I was really surprised. And I don't know if it's just because that's such a small piece of vellum, because when I did try it on the larger dashboard piece of vellum, it did warp the vellum a little bit, but hardly at all compared to cardstock. So I was really surprised. And at the beginning of this technique, you see me using my EK Success Tools powder tool there and covering that whole vellum dashboard with that powder. That way none of the embossing powder will emboss on anywhere else on my vellum dashboard besides where I have the marker. Sometimes it tends to get a little clumped up, so having one of those powder tools works really well. If you don't have a powder tool, I will tell you a secret. The only thing in there is baby powder, so just use some baby powder if you have some. You can see here, because I had tried that out already on a smaller piece of vellum, I had decided that I didn't like I and love on the same line. It was too small for the dashboard, so I actually moved the I up to a top line and created 3 lines out of that I love you. And now I want to layer up a photograph underneath. And all I remember is that a few years ago, Christy Tomlinson of the Planner Society did a Christmas Traveler's Notebook setup, and she didn't do December Daily. She's a planner girl, so it was like her planner for the month. And she had included a photograph of one of her really cute little kittens on one of the dashboards. And I was just thinking, ooh, that would be really perfect. It's been beautiful. Ever since I saw it a few years ago, I've wanted to do something like that, except I don't have a Traveler's Notebook planner. So I was like, hey, why not do it with my inserts here? There's no rule that says you cannot decorate the outside of your inserts with some of your memory keeping photos as well as the inside of your inserts. So here I am adding this cute little photograph of our bunny underneath that vellum that says I love you in the gold foil. So pretty. And I love how it turned out. It's perfect. And I super, super love it. So now I'm playing around with some chipboard from the Merry Days collection. I add this cute little girl holding presents over top of my Christmas tree vellum pocket there, and this is how it turned out. You can see some close-ups here, the dimension on that really cute pocket, that cute chipboard girl. It's so adorable. I love this Merry Days collection, and I was so happy to get it in my Wild Hare kits this month because when I tried to buy it online, it was sold out. And then one of my good friends also got me some of it for my birthday. So I feel super, super lucky that I got to have this collection. because I procrastinated on buying and I couldn't get it for myself, and there come kit clubs and good friends to help fill in the gaps, so that was kind of perfect. And now I'm just showing you all of the different dashboards that I have to work with and what I've added to the Traveler's Notebook setup here. This is just a rough setup. I have my Traveler's Notebooks in there in the order I think I'm going to use them. I added some dashboards and some decorating to the inside cover in this video. Really quick, really easy, nothing very complicated, and that is the joy of working in this Traveler's Notebook setup. And I really love that. It's just what works easiest for me. And since I have been so sick the last couple of weeks, I really need quick and easy because I have all this catching up to do, and I don't think if I was using a 6x8 album it would have happened this year, because I was off the whole beginning of December being terribly sick. So I'm really glad to have this system and really excited to see how it works out for me this year, because so far I think it's looking gorgeous. So please make sure to give this video a thumbs up, leave me a comment down below if you have any questions or comments, and make sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of the fun memory keeping stuff that I do. And if you want to get crafty with me, I will link some of my crafty e-courses down below. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye!